Hello, welcome to my fourth beginner's C# game making tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to program the ball movement, okay? So this is where it starts to get a little bit more tricky. Now, first of all, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to create some variables. And these are bool variables, okay? So we need to create a bool variable saying left, okay? And we also need to create a bool variable called up, okay? Right, now we also need to give these, we also need to initialize them, okay? So we write left equals true and up equals true. Okay, now you're probably wondering what this is. Okay, now programming a ball moving is actually very simple. Okay, all you need to know is if it's going left and up. Okay, think about it. If the ball starts in the center, okay, and if it's left and up, so then we move the ball. If it's true, then we move the ball left, what, like 5 pixels or whatever. If up's true, then we move it up a couple of pixels each time. Okay. Now, whenever we detect collision, all we do is we state that left is equal to false, so that'll change the direction. Then I'll go the other way. And we also have to detect the edge of the window as well. But it is actually much simpler than it first seems. It's not like programming gravity and stuff like that, or physics, complex physics. It's very simple. Okay, so now you can either do this one of two ways. You can create a different method for neatness if you want, down somewhere else here, that will return whether will update the direction. However, I can't be bothered, so I'm gonna do it all in one. So the first thing we need to check is, I'll tell you what, we'll make it slightly neater. Collision detection and ball physics. I always find that word hard to spell. Anyway, right. If left, okay, now this is all we need. If left, okay, then we move sprite 1 sprite x 1 minus, well, we'll try 3 to start with, okay, and we can change it after, and then sprite y is equal to 1. Okay, that is all you need. Now you can do it in one line. You don't need curly brackets if it's only one statement. Okay, so this is for ball. This is for the ball physics. Okay, now go ahead and copy this for speed. I want to change this to if up. Okay, and obviously this is not going to be here. This is going to be here. So let's just say this works so far. Okay, the ball should be moving up and to the left. Yep, there we go. Okay, excellent. Okay, now maybe we'll change this to hang on, never mind. Right, so let's create this, or copy and paste these again. Okay, if up equals false. Now I actually think, I can't remember, I get confused between different languages, but I think you can actually do that. So it's if not up, and then you don't need the false bit, but I can't actually remember if it's this language or not. So you can try it if you want. If up equals false, or sorry, if left equals false, and if up equals false. Okay, so this means we just add 3 rather than subtract it. Okay, so this means if it's moving right, then move it this way. If it's moving down, then Okay, so that is the movement programmed. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to check if it's I'll tell you what, get rid of that. border collision detection. Okay, so this is to detect whenever it hits the top or bottom of the window. We're not going to get to the left and right just yet because that will end the game. You know, that's whenever you lose. So, border collision detection. So if right, we want to make sure if up is true and hang on, sprite x 1 equals 0, then we want to sorry and then we want to set up equal to up equal to false. Okay, so let's just change this to up equals true. This is for the bottom window then. So if up equals false and sprite x1 equals, let's say it'll be 480 minus 25, well, say 35, so we'll say 445. Let's try that now. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, I know why. Sorry. Let's try this. Less than 1. Okay, because we were doing it in threes from the position, it'll probably never equal 0. Sorry. Let's try this now. Okay, that wasn't why either. Why is that not working? Right, if let me just try something, sorry. Huh. Okay, that's not the problem. Right. Right, if up. Hang on. I'm gonna pause this a second and come back. I don't know what's the problem, but I'm gonna solve it. Okay. Sorry, I have solved why there was a problem. It's supposed to be sprite y rather than sprite x. Embarrassing. Oh, no, hang on. Wait, I changed that to message box show just to make sure. So, up equals false. Sorry about that. There we go, it's working now, it should do. Let me just check. There we go. Okay, excellent. Okay, so that's border collision detection technically done. Okay, now we wanted to check paddle 1 detection, or collision detection. Okay, so this is what's going to check if the paddle or if the ball collides with the paddle. Okay, so we want to check if where is it? Sprite collision. Sorry. Hey, and what you do is this is technically an if statement, okay, but I'm just going to show you the first thing. You enter the two sprite numbers that you're detecting. So we're detecting sprite 1 and sprite 2. Those are the ones we want to check if they're colliding. So if sprite collision sprite 1 and sprite 2, okay, this will return true if they're colliding. So what we want to do is if they collide, then left. I'm sorry, hang on. We need to also put left and okay, and left equals false. Okay, so what this means is the ball should be moving left, okay, and sprite, if the two sprites collide, then the ball will no longer be moving left, so we want to move it right, so then we set it to false. So let's try this then. Let's run, and I move this paddle up here. There we go, excellent. Now what we need to do is we need to program. Okay, well the bottom bounce didn't work there, so hang on, let me check what this is. Oh yeah, that'll be why. Is greater than, let's try that, sorry, forgot to fix that. Yeah, setting in games, setting if you're subtracting a position or whatever from a sprite, there we go, and that technically should be a bit higher actually. So yeah, you probably shouldn't use equals, because if you're subtracting like 3 or whatever from the value, it may not equal it, so you set the kind of less than or greater than value. Now I'm going to also do if left equals false, and sprite collision between the ball and the other paddle. Then left will equal true. And I know we haven't programmed the other paddle yet, but it's at least it's going to work. So anyway, now let me just test this one last time. We have got the paddle and the ball physics kind of working. It's still not quite right, but sorry for the bit of lag on my computer, because I've got stuff running and stuff, but there we go, it's sorted itself now. Okay, it's working so far. That's a really good sign. I'm also going to change this to higher because it's still off the screen. So anyway, that's all I'm going to show you in this tutorial. In the next tutorial we're going to be programming the other paddle AI. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out my website tutorilla.com and sign up for the forums if you want. So thank you, and check out my next tutorial.